Did you know that octopuses have 3 hearts? 2 pump blood to the gills, while the third pumps it to the rest of the body. Even more fascinating, their blood is blue because it contains copper-based hemocyanin instead of iron-based hemoglobin like in humans. Speaking of strange creatures, the immortal jellyfish, Turritopsis dohrnii, can essentially reverse its aging process and revert back to its juvenile form, potentially living forever. Unless it's eaten or killed by disease. Moving to space, here's something wild. A day on Venus is longer than its year. It takes about 243 Earth days to rotate once on its axis, but only 225 Earth days to orbit the Sun. Also, Venus rotates in the opposite direction compared to most planets, so the Sun rises in the west and sets in the east. And if that's not enough to bend your brain, space isn't actually empty. It's filled with invisible energy and particles, and there's even a giant cosmic web of dark matter holding galaxies together. Now let's come back to Earth. Bananas are berries, but strawberries aren't. Sounds weird, right? Botanically speaking, berries are classified based on specific criteria, and bananas fit them, while strawberries do not. Also, honey never spoils. Archaeologists have discovered pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. It's all thanks to honey's low moisture content and natural acidity, which create an inhospitable environment for bacteria and fungi. Here's something incredible. Your body contains about 37 trillion cells, and each second it produces 25 million new ones. That means in just 15 seconds you produce more cells than there are people in the United States. And your stomach lining replaces itself every few days to avoid being digested by its own acids. That acid, by the way, is strong enough to dissolve razor blades, but don't try testing that, please. Let's talk about history for a moment. Napoleon Bonaparte wasn't actually short. He was about 5 feet 7 inches tall, which was average for his time, but British propaganda portrayed him as tiny to mock him. Another historical twist? The Great Fire of London in 1666 destroyed most of the city, but only killed 6 people. Meanwhile, in 1977, a man named Charles Osborne had the hiccups for 68 years straight, over 400 million hiccups in total. In the tech world, did you know that the first computer virus was created in 1980? It was called Brain, and it was written by 2 brothers in Pakistan. They didn't mean any harm. They just wanted to track piracy of their software. And the first webcam was invented at Cambridge University, not for security, but to monitor a coffee pot so people wouldn't make the trip for nothing if it was empty. Let's zoom in on the human brain. It can generate about 20 watts of power, enough to power a light bulb. It's also more active at night than during the day, which might explain all those wild dreams. Speaking of dreams, it's estimated that we forget 90% of our dreams within the first 5 minutes of waking up. And despite being only about 2% of our body weight, the brain consumes around 20% of our daily energy. Here's a quirky one. Wombat poop is cube-shaped. That helps it stay in place and not roll away, which is important because wombats use their droppings to mark territory. And flamingos are born gray, not pink. They turn pink because of the carotenoid pigments in the shrimp and algae they eat. Now for a dose of perspective. If the timeline of Earth were compressed into 1 calendar year, with January 1st representing the planet's birth, humans wouldn't appear until around 11:59 p.m. on December 31st. All of human history is just a tiny blink compared to Earth's vast age. Even more amazing, every atom in your body was forged in the heart of a star. You are literally made of stardust. Let's wrap it up with one more astonishing fact. There are more possible iterations of a game of chess than there are atoms in the observable universe. That's around 10 to 120 possible games, while the estimated number of atoms in the universe is only around 10 out of 80. The universe is massive, but the world of possibilities in human thought and creation is just as limitless.